Hey, what's going on? It's your boy Coach, and for this week, one of the first things I want to talk about a little bit is calories. And if you're new to nutrition, calories are something that are kind of important, especially when it comes to metrics and quantifying certain things. Now, there's this term called CICO, calories in, calories out. So if you follow me on Instagram, I've had some posts about this and kind of my thoughts in terms of what calories are, how important they are. A caloric deficit is where you've expended more energy than you brought in, right? Because calories are energy. So if you expend more calories than you take in, you're in a deficit, right? Your body had to use extra energy, which we hope is fat. And if you're at maintenance, it's an exact balance between calories in, calories out. And a surplus is when you have more calories in than you expended. Tracking is really important. If you're new to nutrition and dieting, I think it's something to kind of build in the beginning just so you can start grasping at how many calories you're eating and getting a good baseline. But let's just kind of look at how I use calories to my advantage. I'm tracking this for so long that it's all about averages. I'm always gonna have sort of a variation. There's some things I don't count. I'm never gonna count things like vegetables or spices or sauces that are low in calories. So I actually may be eating an extra 200 to 300 calories a day, just as a rough guess, that I'm not tracking. But like I said, I don't care. I've never tracked that, and I'm never going to track that. I'm all about tracking what is the caloric intake at the end of the week. I also created this spreadsheet, and it's evolved over the years to really encompass a lot of data. I'm very data driven, and data is very helpful in analyzing. I have some formulas in here that as I logged all my days in, it calculates averages over those 7 days, and it's all easy to see. It's big picture view. I can see how, month to month trends, which is fantastic for making changes, or if my body changed, like, hey, what did I do different that worked? Or I was doing this, how come this didn't work? You don't need to do anything this complicated. This is specific for me. It's at least a great place to go to rather than just guessing or trying to go on memory, which isn't that great. Most of my nutrition, more meal prep, more nutrient dense foods, something that there's fun meals that I like to make, but not everything that way. Like, I'm gonna have purpose to a lot of the foods that go into my plan. So I always have a general way I do this. I always cook on Sundays. There's other videos you can watch that are going to be a little more detailed on how I like to eat. But at the same time, when it comes to, this 6 weeks, there's going to be some foods that are going to be better than others for my recovery, for my performance. And that's what this week is to start incorporating a lot of those foods into this training and to this preparation. So that's what I'm going to leave with on that. Let's go through training really quick. Basically, this is what I do, especially when I'm starting off, is just kind of taking it a little bit slow, build a progression to get where I want to. The first thing I gotta get on is running. So in general, I like running because it's great for heart health. I don't like doing it too much. This is one where it's a fine line between, injury or, just performing my best. I have to be really careful about that, especially in some of the challenges I planned. I'm going to be running longer distances and things like that, just challenging my legs, challenging my heart, challenging my cardiovascular system. So kind of the goal with running is to do a couple different forms. Number one is the interval kind of style, where I'm walking for a while, recovering, and then running a mile, and then recovering. And then another one is going to be to run the actual mile again, and just to see if I'm increasing or getting better at it, see how my legs are doing. And then the third is really just more of I don't know if it's a jog, but it's a slower run, really shooting for an 8-minute pace and going a long distance. So I would assume this would be a style like in long distance running, where each week I'm going a mile further. So the first thing I want in this whole process is injury. And along that lines, the way I can do this much running for me personally, and I found that works best, to use these compression boots. It can be something you can kind of multitask with. I generally wear them when I have, say, something that needs to be done on a computer, something, that I can kind of sit there for, 30, 40 minutes. I think ultimately do is bring in blood flow. Now, these specific boots I bought were on Amazon, a lower or knockoff of the Nordics, which are the high-end brand, which probably have some better settings. You kind of get what you pay for, but these ones I'm happy with. I'll run them right now about 3 times a week, between 30 and 45 minutes a day in those times, maybe offset the day a little bit, maybe Monday, Wednesday, Friday, just kind of depends. I have other forms I use to recover my legs, which is an Epsom bath. stretching, rolling. I use KT for my knees because I got bad knees. I'm not going to be running the whole 6 weeks. I'm going to be using it to get started, integrating more biking and rowing in, and potentially swimming, because those are other forms and other ways to train the heart and lungs. So yeah, that's it for training. Just a few tweaks, you know, to get started. Nothing crazy. I'm not pounding it real hard out of the gate. I'm really trying to optimize everything in the first week. It's going to be a building process, and that's really what kind of the way that I like to do it, is to kind of work my way there, not really set a goal and then try to hit that number, let's say. It's really to just keep building on what I'm doing every week. And by the end, if I hit a certain, say, value in terms of a time I'm shooting for, that's fantastic. If I don't hit it, that's not a big deal, as long as I got better in the process. And yeah, that's a lot, but that's it. That's what I got for training.
If you are looking to track your progress and see how your body composition is doing, if you're either trying to lose weight or lose body fat, the best way, in my opinion, to do it, and the easiest way, is to take pictures, take a waist measurement, and take a scale measurement once per week. Now, if you're trying to run maintenance, or say maybe a surplus, every other week is fine. But the point is this is really quick, and it gives you a visual and a measurement to go by so that you can see if you're actually making progress. So with pictures, the most important thing is that they're in the same lighting, the same place, and the same angle. So make sure you try and keep that as accurate and as close as you can. A few quick minutes, and you can actually record a video and just kind of spin around, do the positions real quick to be faster, and then just take screenshots from your recording. So I just prefer to take pictures. It's how I've always done it. One thing that I will be doing, and I have to do, otherwise I'm not going to get to where I want to go, is to significantly reduce, if not completely eliminate, alcohol. And it's not going to be for the long term. I'm not condoning or condemning the use of alcohol in a diet. I'm just saying what I do. So I don't like to use it in an abusive way. It's something that's in our culture. It's something that's hard to bring into balance because it is a substance. You have friends and like to socially hang out. It's one of those things I like to do in moderation, never get to the point where it's gonna cause me issues. When it comes to performance, the one thing I don't like about alcohol is it really hinders recovery. My muscles don't come back as fast. I feel like they're a little more sore, a little more inflamed. My body just feels more inflamed. Alcohol is gonna enable me to eat more when I don't want to be eating more, and staying in, say, a maintenance or a slight deficit, it's really difficult. Now, if this was, say, you know, a 6-month goal, then, you know, I would have it in moderation, and for sure have spurts where I don't have it at all, some have a little bit and whatnot. So it's all, generally that's how you do it. You have to find that balancing point.
All right, and that's pretty much it for the changes for me. It's not, it seems like a lot maybe, but it's really not in my world. A lot of these things I'm accustomed to. It's just making slight tweaks to what I'm doing with them. So when it comes to your nutrition, training, and habits, you can make one adjustment per week. It's really kind of how this starts, is just making these small changes. So whether it's your nutrition, incorporating a new recipe as a replacement for something you're used to doing that's lower in calories. Training, it could be, hey, just maybe walking a little bit more, or making a small jog, or training a little bit differently in the gym. With habits, it's maybe just doing meal prep or tracking calories. So there's a number of ways that you can change over time, and there's no like formula to this. It's about how it works for your life. They say habits take 30 days to change. Well, I'm going to tell you right now, that depends, and I don't think that's actually accurate. I think that habits take months, sometimes years. Really, it just depends on what your lifestyle is like. What's important to you? What are your priorities? What are your obstacles? What are your barriers? And that's kind of what this is all about, is asking those questions, how to figure out how to change yourself. That's going to end it for this week, and I'll show you what I'm doing next week in the next video. If you're someone that's new to nutrition, new to health, new to fitness, I hope you'll keep following, because there's plenty more to come. This is really what I'm passionate about. Appreciate you tuning in. Hope this makes a difference for you. Hope you like these videos. Take care until the next time. We'll see you later.